In the art AI world, we have people who use AI in their artwork, and then we have people who are falsely accused of AI in their processes, and this one is the latter. So this is a post made by Meyayi, who goes with a Twitter handle Gigilus. I hope I read their name right. They go by Angelus. I saw that in their card, so I'm guessing that is where that's from. I'm so sorry for mispronouncing it. But they write, okay, so please never do this to an artist, LMAO. And attached are some screenshots from DM. So here's a DM that redacted user had sent them with a photo of one of their most popular artworks, writing, hey, question. I don't know if you did a mess up on this, but this is either AI or bad artistry, but it's pretty suspicious. And it's a zoomed in photo of their artwork circling some elements of their art they find sus. So some, I guess, elements circled are the sideburn and then the ear. So look, AI doesn't know object permanence. I say that many, many times. So if an object were to lay on top of another object, AI tends to not know where the behind object goes and the lines will break up. So I guess this person maybe thought that this hair strands, because it crosses over the ear, right? You can see the line art here breaks. If you know the anatomy of like ears though, there is that little like fleshy nub that juts out, and I am assuming that is what Meyayi was drawing here, not an AI error. And here is a zoomed out photo of the art piece. And the person writes, or just kind of most of it in general looks a bit weird. And they're circling all of these elements of the hair. Or I guess there's like little hair strands or something. And Meyayi writes, first, that is immensely rude. Second, I have the time lapse posted, so I don't know what they're on. And I don't know if I posted the piece even before AI was a thing. LOL, just say my art is ass and go, haha. And Meyayi says, huh, well, just to be clear, here's the time lapse and piece I posted 3 years ago. And if we go up, yep, on April 22nd, 2022, Meyayi makes a post writing the wrath of evil spirits, omens of calamity, and your voice. That's all I need to hear. It is a fan art of Xiao from Genshin Impact. And at the time, it got 53,000 likes. So this is the original art piece, and it is absolutely gorgeous, by the way. They are an extremely talented artist. And down here, they posted the time-lapse writing. Also, here's the time-lapse, since I know some of you could be curious. So let's take a look at the time-lapse here. As we can see, we have a little sketch, and it goes through all of the drawing process of the piece, including shifting, moving, etc. Look, AI can fake time lapses. This is something that we know, something that we have looked at before in AI faking time lapses, okay? This is not that. When AI fakes a time lapse, it looks very inhuman. That's like the best way I could explain it, right? Because it has like a piece and it'll just kind of be like a black and white already rendered piece, and then it's like, haha, like filled it in, you know? You don't see any of the repositioning, the moving the arms, the sketch it, like the poses that were then thrown out. All of that human thought is not shown in there because it's not made by a human, it's AI. But also, obviously, if we look at this art piece and the time lapse, it looks extremely human because it is. So the piece looks really, really, really good. But I think this just goes to say, like, the whole other aspect of the rise of AI art in general, right? I feel like it has led to a lot of people, like, pointing the gun at a lot of artists, being like, they look like they're using AI. Like, this person looks like this little strand that is out of place must mean it's AI. And here's the thing, okay? The whole thing about also like, oh, AI art is being used or etc. The whole thing is like a piece in full context amongst their other artworks. If one piece has like a little error, that's probably human error. Unless it's like an absolutely egregious problem where like hands are missing, limbs are all over the place. Okay, then it's probably like likely AI, right? But if there is a piece you're suspicious about, we need to go back and revisit the other art pieces from that artist. Okay, so we can see, hey, you know, in the grand context of their artwork, are there things that look suspicious? Do they draw with one art style and then all of a sudden they have one piece that looks absolutely shiny 3D, like semi-realistic rendered, you know, in the very like AI style, and then they go back to drawing in their regular style, right? Yeah, in that context, it doesn't make very much sense. But if we go to Meyayi's Instagram, right, which is also Gigilus, yeah, this just looks to be their art style. Another piece, again, this piece looks very human made to me. Another piece, another fan art of Xiao, another art piece of Xiao that once again also looks very humanly made. And a big thing, it's honestly like very easy to spot like AI fakers who draw fake Genshin Impact art because they tend to fuck up the clothing really badly because AI is not going to be good at doing that. We don't really see that here, right? Because it's made by a human. And Miyai the next day made a follow-up tweet writing, okay, so round two and my final thoughts about the situation. First, I want to really thank the majority of people who have reached out out to check if I'm really okay. Thank you, I really am just a bit overwhelmed with the attention. Second, some are losing the point of this post. No, calling my art ass is not a compliment, nor do I find it okay to try to justify the person's actions by saying, quote, your art is so good, it looks AI, end quote. That fucking thing is literally feeding off from artists. What do you expect? The witch hunt to check if everyone is an AI artist has become horrible to the community. I'm not saying you shouldn't point out if something is AI, but you should only do so if you have solid proof and if you've investigated beforehand. And of course, there's better wording to do so. What this person did was only to show their hate to my art, justifying that they thought it was AI somehow, using bad wording and pointing at nothing. And third, it's not funny replicating these kinds of comments. It only makes you look dumb and immature. So if I see somebody doing the same, I'll just block and move on. And like, this is kind of fucked up. This person took their art piece, scribbled all over it, and DM'd, hey, question, I don't know if you just did a mess up on this, but this is either AI or bad artistry, but it's pretty suspicious. And look, man, why do you think scribbling over somebody's artwork is gonna be okay? And meyayi says, also me saying, quote, before AI was a thing, end quote, I meant that before started being the art thief monster that blew up not so long ago. I'm not saying it didn't exist before, so read before you call me stupid. I don't know if this is starting to go to a part of Twitter I'm not really comfortable with, but I'm starting to get a few bad messages and comments about my work. So yeah, I'll be blocking a bunch of people. I'm seriously thinking of locking my account to stop the attention from that post. So I really hope it goes away little by little. So for now, I'll just mute it and close Twitter for a bit. And then they add, I decided to mute the post and keep going. I really don't care what people think about my art. So yeah, thank you everyone for the words of encouragement and hi to the new followers. So that wraps that up. And that's the thing at the end of the day, right? Like, and this might be a little bit ironic because I am a channel that talks about AI art, but when it comes to hey, this person used AI. Before jumping the gun and accusing people of AI art usage, I highly recommend you do some due diligence in digging through their artwork. If they have speed paints, if they stream their art process, if their artwork looks similar to their other art pieces, if this is just a one-off error in this piece and then their other pieces look normal, it's likely a human mistake. And the final thing is to not forget that AI trains off of human artists, so there are many cases where a human, their artwork was fed into AI, so AI could replicate their style. So it's like the chicken before the egg, right? Which one came first? And in a lot of cases, the artist came first and then AI took their style and the artist has been drawing for 15 years, way before AI art was a thing, you know? So before we start jumping the gun and being like, this person used AI, this person da da da, let's just use some due diligence. Let me know your thoughts down below about this scenario. I'll have their socials linked down below. They seem to be a really, really, really talented artist. So go check them out because I feel really bad for the scenario that happened to them, and be kind always. So again, I have an Etsy shop where I have digital goods and assets. I also have them for free on my Coffee, and I stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos. Peace.